Long time ago, in a time when the Moabites were known for prostitution and child sacrifice. A story of true love and unwavering loyalty. The tale of Ruth, a Moabitess. Her deep love and devotion to her mother-in-law, Naomi, are now seen as a beautiful analogy for Christ and the church. In the mists of time, Naomi and her husband Elimelech departed Israel, the promised land, driven by the famine, and sought refuge in Moab, a place God commanded the Israelites to avoid. Because they were a generation sprung up from incest, it did not matter that Moabites were descendants of Lot, Abraham's relative. Naomi, pleasantness, delightful, if you like, whose name evokes joy, and delight, and Elimelech, God is king, were happily married Ephrathites with their 2 sons, Mahlon and Chilion, who would marry Orpah and Ruth. But not long after tragedy raised its ugly heads, taking Elimelech to a land of no return, far away from his own. Thoughts began to linger in Naomi's heart.
God is king indeed, and he is showing his mighty hands upon our family, because we have sinned against him.
But she was corrected by many. Don't say that, Naomi. It can indeed happen to anyone. In fact, it happens to the best of us. It is normal to lose your husband at his age, and maybe you have not been faithful enough in serving the gods of our land. She could say nothing to them, so she kept quiet. However, the storm brewed again, and both sons, Mahlon the weakly and Chilion, who was also tired and dying, were torn from her, leaving no heirs. A decade in a foreign land turned Naomi's name from pleasant to bitter. With hope dashed and feeling lost without her husband and sons, Naomi concluded that truly, God's hand was upon their family for judgment, and a change of location was definitely not what they needed, instead a change of destiny. Unknowing to Naomi, that change was with her already.
I wish for death to come.
Naomi cried day and night. She longed for death, but resolved instead to return to Israel, hoping for divine mercy. Grief-stricken and accompanied by her widowed daughters-in-law, Orpah and Ruth, she pleaded with them, Orpah the gazelle and Ruth, a symbol of companionship, to go back to their home. Who knows, maybe the bad relationship with the Moabites was the true cause of her problems. She spoke to them like she would to her own daughters. After all, they were the family she had left. In this land, she did not wish them any more evil than the weak sons she had given them. But they said, "Surely, Mama, we will return with thee unto thy people." Despite their pledges of loyalty, Naomi reasoned with them. "Return home, my daughters. Why come with me? I am too old to bear sons for you." Orpah, the graceful gazelle, bid farewell, embracing a life where prosperity awaited her. With gratitude, she kissed Naomi and Ruth goodbye. Yet Ruth stood firm, bound by love. Her desire to be that companion was there. The love she had for her mother-in-law was deep, unshakable, and unmatched. She told Naomi with a resigned fate,
"Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. May the Lord deal with me severely, if even death separates us."
When Naomi saw that Ruth was determined to go with her, she stopped urging her. God is king, weakly, dying, and the gazelle were no longer here, just pleasantness and companionship. Together, they embarked on a journey back to where they had first started. Naomi no longer wanted to be called delightful, especially when she had gotten to the land she ran away from for greener pastures. She wished she had waited till the famine was over. She wished she had done better. Maybe she would have saved the lives of her loved ones. But now, all she was left with was a bitter heart begging to be healed. When they arrived in Bethlehem, the whole town was stirred because of them, and the women exclaimed, Can this be Naomi?
Don't call me Naomi. Call me Mara, because the Almighty has made my life very bitter. I left full but have returned empty-handed. The Lord's hand afflicts me.
The women whispered, Well, thank heavens, because you have come in the beginning of the barley's harvest, which is a good thing. Now aged, Naomi could no longer glean. Maybe it was because there was Ruth, the industrious and virtuous daughter-in-law, was abundant in grace. Ruth was generous with God's grace to her mother-in-law. She was not fat in her belly, yet lean in her soul, so it was not surprising that Naomi wanted to find rest in a husband for her. She was submitted totally to the will of God for her through her mother-in-law, so she obeyed her all the way. Ruth's mother-in-law, Naomi, said to her,
My daughter, I must find a home for you, where you will be well provided for. Now Boaz, with whose women you have worked, is a relative of ours. Tonight he will be winnowing barley on the threshing floor. Wash, put on perfume, and get dressed in your best clothes. Then go down to the threshing floor, but don't let him know you're there until he has finished eating and drinking. When he lies down, note the place where he is lying. Then go and uncover his feet and lie down. He will tell you what to do.
I will do whatever you say.
Ruth replied. Ruth's unwavering obedience bore fruit. As instructed, she approached Boaz quietly at the threshing floor, and when he awoke to find her at his feet, she humbly requested,
Spread your wings over your servant, for you are a redeemer.
Then Boaz said, May you be blessed by the Lord, my daughter. You have not run after the younger men, whether rich or poor. Now, my daughter, don't worry. I will do for you all you ask. All everyone knows you are a woman of noble character. Although it is true that I am near of kin, there is a Redeemer nearer than I. Stay here for tonight, and in the morning I will settle this. If the other Redeemer is willing to redeem you, good, let him redeem you. But if he is not willing, then, as surely as the Lord lives, I will do it. Ruth's steadfastness was rewarded. Boaz championed her cause, marrying her. Their union blessed them with Obed, grandfather to King David. Naomi, filled with joy, heard the women proclaim, Blessed be the Lord, who has not left you this day without a redeemer, and may his name become famous throughout Israel. May the baby be a sign of God's favor to you and your husband, and may your family be like the family of Perez, whom Tamar bore to Judah. Ruth, once a foreigner, perceived as having spent 10 years in futility, became the great-grandmother of Jesus Christ. Her story epitomizes that poor choices do not thwart God's plans. A testament to unyielding love and loyalty, Ruth was a conduit of divine grace. She was an evidence of how poor choices cannot override God's plans for his people. She was obedient to God and her mother-in-law, and it saved her at the end. Even Boaz's mother is Rahab the prostitute, and all of these underscores a profound truth. No one is beyond God's use. Naomi, once self-condemning, witnessed God's sovereign hand in all. Ruth's life led us to the life of Jesus Christ. Boaz's redemption mirrored Christ's sacrifice, surpassing the limitations of the law. Even coming empty, Ruth made Naomi whole. Her journey shows us God's capacity to redeem our failures, ultimately driven by love. The story of Ruth, a hymn to love and fidelity, proclaims true love and loyalty abide, even when everything seems lost.